Okay, y'all, I think this is the last review I have time for today. Let's get into it. The Christmas Quest premiered on Merry Thanksgiving Sunday night at 8 p.m. Eastern on the Hallmark channel. Now, I was a bit pissed off because they have had a tradition of doing certain period pieces with a very romantic element on the Sunday night. The last two Countdown to Christmas Sundays, first we had a holiday spectacular where we learned about some things about the Rockettes. And then last year we had a Biltmore Christmas, which also starred Christopher Palaha. When I saw that they were pairing up Christopher and Lacey, I was a little disappointed because he's had hit after hit from the last three Countdown to Christmas. Before A Biltmore Christmas, he had We Wish You a Merry Christmas. Some people liked that, some people didn't. It dealt with divorce and a couple trying to find their way back to each other during Christmas time. Megan and I personally loved it and thought there was a lot of gems in that movie, right? So when he got paired with her and he's been having hits, and to me, her movies, I didn't like any of the Haul Out the Hollies. I know most of you will disagree with me. I just didn't find them funny, didn't like it. It was not enjoyable to me, right? And then last year, she not only had a second Haul Out the Holly, but then she had that movie where she was in Scotland, where I think Scott Wolf was played her brother. Here's the thing about that movie. I got through it, and I think I gave that movie an 8. But once again, it was something I would never watch again. I think in the last 4 or 5 years, they keep giving Lacey these scripts that she's not necessarily delivering in. And Megan and I even said with the Wedding Veil trilogy, which we love, none of her movies in the trilogy are our favorites. And so I just don't know. I'm just glad they didn't give her a Biltmore Christmas because I don't think we would have fell in love. I think Bethany Joy Lenz killed that role and made it something that I still have on my DVR, and time after time I will watch and I will believe in love. The Christmas Quest, I'm giving it 8 out of 10. If you didn't know where I was going with this, this is where I'm going with this, okay? It was okay. It was okay. But it was not something that I think I would ever watch again. I got through it. I enjoy Christopher. I am a huge Lacey fan, but that's exactly why I critique her recent work. Side note, I also tuned into her Netflix Christmas movie, Hot Frosty. It was so bad that it was so good that Megan and I were just watching and we're just like, this is the most ludicrous storyline, but we're going to still tune in. I probably would have given that, I probably would have given that right around what I'm giving this. But at least I could say that was funny, right? I'm not quite sure what the issue is or what the disconnect with Lacey. I know when it comes to her and love interests, she doesn't always have chemistry. It's freaking Christopher Palaha. So of course there was chemistry. But she's done movies with even Andrew Walker. And I always tell you, even a tree got chemistry with Andrew Walker. And then it kind of falls flat because there's not a lot of chemistry. Even though that's my homegirl, I'm always going to critique her work and be like, you have yet to deliver something, in recent years on Hallmark that I think I will continue to watch every Christmas season. All I remember from your Scotland movie last year was Scotland Forever. I don't remember much else. I don't remember else. You were a duchess, and you and your brother are going to rule and blah, blah, blah. Anyway, let's get into the Christmas Quest. Actually, I gotta check one thing before I wrap up this review. Okay, I'm really short on time today, so I gotta hustle. All right, so Stephanie is an archaeologist, and she was approached by some gentleman who wants him to help her find this hidden treasure from this tribe called the Yule Lads in Iceland. Well, she needs an expert in Norse languages, and that's her ex-husband, Chase. She goes to Chase. She convinced him to get on the quest with her. These two get to Iceland, and here they are, all over Iceland, looking for clues to find the treasure. This is a treasure that, according to Stephanie, her mom really wanted to find, but lost a chance to find it, and chose to focus on her growing up instead of going off to Iceland to find this treasure. So Stephanie never thought her mom found it. She's like, yes, I want to complete this for my mother. Does it sound familiar? There was an element of that in The Finish Line, the movie before, except she was trying to complete it to finish it for her father, to finish the race for her father, right? Anyway, off Stephanie and Chase go. And let me tell you something, I was so glad she was paired with Christopher Palaha, because there were some moments he really made me forget that I'm not really liking this movie. It's just okay. Some people said it had an Indiana Jones feel. I just don't know. The only thing that stood out to me is I hated her blue dress. Her formal blue dress. It was so matronly. I don't even think any of the 70-year-old women in my family would wear that dress. It was just ugly with sparkles. Fight me if you thought it was cute. But my mom is not wearing that. She's in her 60s and she's still pretty sexy. She's not wearing that. And Lacey, this is a problem for me. The dress was ugly. I hope you returned it to the store. I hope you did. Anyway. So now they go around Iceland and they run into all these obstacles, but then some lady named Carlotta, who is black, so they got black people in Iceland, she helps them out. At first they think she's trying to leave them stranded and she ain't trying to help them, but she really is part of the Yule-lad tribes, and it is her job to make sure the treasure doesn't fall in the wrong person's hands. Now here's the kicker. When they finally enter the room that has the treasures, Stephanie had the nerve to say that it was a bunch of junk. And I said, I hope the Yule lads are not like a real tribe in Iceland, because this is offensive. You should know that different cultures, different tribes view things very differently from what's important. And you got to be careful when you calling people's stuff junk. But then she sees a letter from her mother, or finds a letter from her mother. Her mother did find the treasure, and the treasure was remembering your loved ones, your family, spending time with whom matters to you. And that's why her mom found it and went back home and decided to just raise her daughter. It wasn't that she didn't find the treasure. It was that the treasure reminded her what's important. Megan and I were kind of disappointed. We were kind of looking for some real treasure. That's what we were kind of looking for. And if Hallmark was smart, there would have been some real treasure along with that kind of message about how important family are. Anyway, during the quest, Stephanie and Chase start to have feelings for each other. They end up back together at the end of it, okay? Because she realizes that he's the thing that matters more so than her work. Her work doesn't matter without him. Okay, I feel you, girl. The Christmas Quest, once again, I'm giving it an 8 out of 10. Like I said, not something I will watch again. Lacey, I love you, but you've got to step your game up on your acting and the scripts. You've got to make sure you have chemistry with all of your leads, or at least most, and deliver. This was okay. You can add it to your Christmas collection. It's just going to be a one-time watch for me, and that is just my personal opinion. You don't have to agree. All right, it's KJM, and I'm out. I'm going to try to follow up with the other reviews later in the week. Bear with me. I have watched these movies, and I'm actually excited about all the movies that premiered this past weekend between Miracles of Christmas and Countdown to Christmas. All right, it's KJM. It's Monday, and if you didn't realize, my theme right now is bring 'em out, bring 'em out. Yeah. Okay, anyway, I'm out. Bye.